Greetings, human biology students. This video is to go over interactions during class for both synchronous and asynchronous sessions. This class is a synchronous class, which means we have synchronous Zoom meetings. What does that mean? It means there's live meetings every week. They are Monday and Wednesday from 6 to 7. This link is going to show up very often. It is the link to take you to the Zoom sessions. Here is also a link to it. And I have it in many places. I have it on the home page. I'll have it on the modules. Now, in the meeting where I have a lecture, it's going to have a PowerPoint and there's going to be a study guide. And during the lecture, I'll ask you questions and maybe introduce you to a bit of the assignment. All the lectures I've written so far, I'm up to the reproductive system, are very stressed for time because I have an hour to do an hour and a half lecture. And there's activities at the end to check your understanding. So here's the module link. Also, you can click on this on the home page and it takes you to the current module that has all of this stuff. So here's the week 1 module. And there's going to be a subheader, live meetings and assignments. Here's the Monday Zoom, lecture 1, Wednesday Zoom, lecture 2. And as you see, there's a short assignment after it. So I'm going to click on the Wednesday lecture. Now, we have the giant Zoom link again. I told you I'd give it to you in many places. Here is a link as well. And here's a meeting ID you could manually type in, and the password is Xenopus. So, then there's the archive. This is the PowerPoint, Lecture 2, Chemistry of Life. Here is the study guide. So, you can then download the PowerPoint and work on it. This is actually opened in Keynote, but you could still see the same thing. You can physically type in notes here on it. So you could take notes, you could type notes. On the real PowerPoint, there's going to be a button down here that says notes, and you could click on it and it actually is a note thing. So ideally, you're taking notes somehow. Now, my face-to-face students, they actually don't take notes on the PowerPoint, they take hand notes. And that actually is a very good way to study. You're processing it, then read the notes though if you take them. Secondly is a study guide. The study guide, in theory, goes in line with everything on the PowerPoint. And this is what I'm going to ask you on the test. So what is matter composed of? What are the base elements? This all is the order I go on the test. And this is to make you focus on each slide. These are not the test questions. That bugs students sometimes, that the test questions are not quite the same. But when I rewrite it, when I write the test questions, I actually don't have this open. I know what's on my study guide. I know what I taught. So it's going to be phrased differently. So during the meeting, you should be taking notes and trying to fill out the study guide. One time, when I was teaching nutrition, I had a student close their laptop with 10 minutes to go. And I must have had a puzzled look, and they said, that's the last study guide question, so I know I can just listen to the rest of the lecture. I'm like, that is a very smart person. This is going to be what the lectures look like. I'll have a PowerPoint open, or I'll have a PDF open on it that I can draw on. I'll have the notes. And see here, this is what I was talking about. You could click on notes, and you can actually take notes in that little box. So I'm going to go through all these slides. Now, eventually, I'll get 2 questions. The early PowerPoint presentations, I think up to lecture 8, are going to have little things like this. They're little reaction icons. The way you do this is, I'll ask a question. The heads of the phospholipids are attracted to water, face the outside of the cell, face the inside, all of the above. So I go to reactions, and it is the heads are attracted to water, so I will do the hand clap. I see the icons here, and this helps me see, did you understand what I was talking about? So I love to see the reactions here. And you guys do not have to have your screens open to see pictures. I am not at a beautiful lake, by the way, right now. But it lets me see, did you understand or not? The second way, I might ask you to define something. And for this, I will allow you to unmute. I'd like you to be muted and say it out loud. Or, right there's the chat window. I click on chat and I type it in. I'm not going to type it in. As you see, there was something in there. This is my second try on the video, and I crashed the whole system, so I'm too chicken to try it again. So you could type in the chat. So most of the lectures, though, from lecture 9 until the last lecture, are going to be like this. There's going to be a question, and there's going to be usually 4 choices, sometimes 5 choices, sometimes 3 choices. This, I'd like you either to say out loud, so you would unmute and you would say it, or you would put it in the chat window. I don't mind quick, relevant questions during lecture. It actually lets me clarify, because if one person has a question about clarity, it probably means 5 others are too afraid to ask. So to do that, you can do 2 things. The better way I have found out through all my interactions with Zoom and meetings is to go to reactions, raise your hand. And see, it went to the top. I see the hand, and because I'll have this on my live computer, I'll see you have a question. And make sure you lower the hand when you are done. The other's through the chat window. And that's why I was typing here. That's my question, was the meaning of life. That is not as effective in meetings. I've been in lots of meetings with lots and lots of people, and somebody else has to actually monitor the chat window. So I may miss this because my chat window, see how it pops up, is probably going to be on a separate monitor. So I'll try to monitor it, but I have found teaching synchronous before that I don't always see the chat pop up, and this actually should light up too. So that's how you're going to interact during the synchronous session. And again, I like participation. My experience teaching synchronous before is I have 36 students. 30 of them are blank boxes like this. And I have some students that ask questions, and I love those students because it makes me know that people are paying attention and have questions on what I'm talking about. So thank you very much.